This is how we're starting. This is putting the garden to bed, and just going to give you a few pointers on what's important when you're putting your garden to bed at the end of the season, and how to prepare for next season, how to make sure you incorporate all your organics and improve the soil so it's much better for you for the following year. The first thing you want to do, of course, is just make sure you harvest everything that you have left in the garden. So I've done that. I've done some onions, some beets. I just got a few beets left, and as I go through, I just mulch the plants right back into the soil. That's number one. Harvesting is done, and so I'm just going through and getting good little deep shovelfuls, turning the soil over and making sure everything is in contact with the soil. And as I'm doing this, I see lots of worms that are in here. When we first came this year, there wasn't very many worms, but as we worked our way into the compost pile had quite a few worms. So we've been putting that soil into here, and so this will help with the worms also. Gives them good food for the worms. So for me, this is how I'm going to leave it for the winter. Not perfectly flat. I've pulled out any grass that I happened to see as I went along. A couple of weeds here and there, but everything's in contact with the soil. And the worms now have the rest of the fall and early next spring to do their job. And one of the important parts that I'm learning from Compost Ontario is that the microbes in the soil are super important. And you really shouldn't be messing in your garden, turning it over like this, in the spring especially, but you don't want to do too much of it, and then you want enough time for all those little organics and organisms in the soil to survive. And that's where all the magic happens, is all those little critters that are down in the soil that are creating all the nutrients for your plants to grow. So this is my finished product for the winter. Next spring will come, and we'll only be playing on the surface as we plant, flatten it out maybe a little bit. And one other key thing about your garden is in the fall, you want to make sure your soil's right up to the top here. It will settle a little bit during the winter, but you want to have your soil up as high as you can. It makes it easier for you for planting, and gives as much depth as possible for your plants. Under these beds is really nice soil though also. So, but it's best to have your soil right up to the top. So that's my finished garden put to bed. The sunflowers will hang there. The birds will come and finish them up, but I think this is dill that's here. The birds will come and finish off the dill, and the sunflowers will all get eaten this year. And good night. We'll see you next spring. Let's look at a couple of others that are really nice. This one. They've done a nice job of putting theirs to bed. Interesting enough, these two have been covered, and it almost looks like it's a waterproof. Will prevent the water from getting in there, which don't know what that's about. So close to the pile of black earth, be nice to fill that right to the top. Beautiful, leaving in a few perennials, and then these beds are nicely put away for the winter. Look at that, topped right up with soil. They're good to go for next year. Beautiful. Look at that, no grass, no weeds, topped up with soil. Wow, good to go. What a great growing year. Look at this garden, it's still going great.